What is going on, my friends? Welcome to Mountain Motorsports in Roswell. And if you guys know anything about me, you will know that the Ducati Hypermotard is at the tippy top of the bikes I want to first ride. And today, that option has been given to me. So, without further ado, let us do a first ride on a 2016 Ducati Hypermotard. Oh my gosh, I have been looking forward to this for such a long time. When I started doing first rides, Mountain Motorsports didn't have this Roswell location, so they didn't have Ducatis. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm 5'10", don't know what my inseam is, but I want you guys to look at my feet. My one foot is totally on the ground, the other one I can't even touch. That's okay, we'll make it past that. Let's get this thing in neutral. There it is, okay. All right, you're kind of upright on this bike. Oh man, I'm so hardcore freaking one foot. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay. Let's calm down. Wow, watch how soon the clutch engages. Like that's everything pulled in. That's going. Okay, so it's one of those bikes where the clutch engages really soon. All right, oh my god, I feel like such a short person right now. All right, I'm just gonna ride around here to get a feel for it. Oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, the seating position's really upright. I feel like I'm really far up on the bike. The seat's comfy though. It's not like a really hard Supermoto seat or anything. Oh, we have it in sport mode. Let's make that not happen. Okay, I assume I just press this. Okay, we'll start in urban, because I don't want to die. You guys know my tendencies with Ducatis. Okay, let's go. It sounds like a dirty bike. I don't know what that means. The first thing that I'm really getting is I feel so far up on this bike. Like, I feel like I'm sitting on the edge and everything is just behind me. It's a really weird feeling, and I'm sitting in the seat where I'm supposed to. That's really weird, because if I sit any far back, the seat kind of like slides me down. Man, urban mode toned it so far down. Do you guys hear that? It sounds like a little baby version of the bike that was cranked up. That's crazy. Oh, okay. I like the shifting already. It's a very tactile feel. I love that. Even though the shifter looks tiny. The tack is pretty minimal, man. It's not got a lot of fancy stuff. It's not colored, and it just gives you what you need. I mean, it's efficient. It tells you the ABS, the traction control, the rider mode, the temp. You can change all that stuff. There's a little more play in the throttle than before it engages than I'd kind of like. It's not too bad if you're really soft on it, but I'm in urban mode, so I don't want to know what sport mode is going to be like. Wait, is that neutral? Oh god, another one of these. I would like the neutral light to work personally, but you know what? It's not really required. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Interesting. The engine braking is like non-existent. It just like sped up and didn't slow down. Interesting. I don't know if I like it or not. Whoa. Why are you not shifting? Oh, there you go. I just got to kick the shit out of you. Awesome. We got Brembo brakes up front, ladies and gentlemen, and you will find out real quick. Pull that lever just a little bit. Wow, touring mode is controllable, man. I expected this bike to be crazy torquey. Think to the F09 First Ride, where I was like, oh my god! I expected this bike to have a little bit of that, and maybe it does in sport mode, but not so much in touring. Interesting. Touring mode feels like what I would want to be on like a normal day. Like, I don't want like crazy torque. Oh wow, there. Okay, found it. Never mind. So it might have not have been in the rev range. That's one thing I got to figure out. The bike, engine-wise, should have about a mid-level torque like pop. I think, if I remember correctly. That was a giant hole, but it's okay because I'm on a bike that looks like a supermoto. You know, I didn't like the grips when I didn't have gloves on, but now that I have gloves on, I like the grips because they've got these little teeth and they feel secure. Yeah, touring mode feels good. I like this. Wow. Yay. Oh, I like this a lot. I wonder if I can go into sport mode while I'm going. Can I, Ducati? Yes, I can. Good job. Alrighty, here we go. The highway test on a naked bike. A little bit worried, but you know what? You gotta test it. Yeah, so I'm a little worried about the wind resistance on this bike, because there ain't much. There ain't much to work with. And also with a really torquey little engine. Oh my god, just grunt me all over the road. I somehow don't care that there's a shit ton of wind. I don't even know what gear. I'm in fourth. Awesome. Yay! That's really awesome. Okay. If you've ridden a supermoto and you ride this, it's gonna feel really weird because you're like, I'm on the highway, that's where I lose all my power. What's 6th gear feel like? I can barely hear the engine, dude, barely. And it still has pull. Oh my goodness. If you guys have seen my Monster 821 review, my first ride on the Monster 821, there is an exponential fun curve the more you pull the throttle. Like, if fun is here and throttle pull is here, it's a straight line, just straight up. Oh, I got my blinker on. I ain't even paying attention. Wait, no, I don't want to be in touring. No, I want to stay in sport. That seems like where I need to be. So it looks like I'm hitting that stuff. This is all clustered up, man. I'm not a fan of that. I wish it was a little more spread out. God, that shifter, you know, it is now surpassed where I like seeing shifters. It's a little too hard to shift, because like you gotta knock the shit out of it to make it go. Don't think this bike is made for guys that are 5'10". I also really don't like the clutch. The clutch I would change up real quick. Okay, handlebars are a little bit shaky, gonna be a little careful. This bike has such a weird noise, like, it doesn't sound like a normal bike, it sounds so much gruntier. Oh my god, your whole body, it doesn't feel like your body flies back, but it like lifts up like there's less gravity. I left the blinker on again. Oh my god. I've talked before, I don't really like using supermotos to like ride really technical roads because I don't feel like I'm in control. That's one thing about this bike that is totally weird, because I'm in a tall bike with like handlebars and stuff, and typically you would think I would feel the same way as I do with a supermoto, where I'm like, no, I don't like going side to side, but like this bike totally changes that. I don't know if it's the seating position or like, I don't know. I really don't like the rear brake though. I feel like I have to position my leg up to touch it, and that's not a good thing. That's one thing I like about this bike, is I feel like it's everything I would want. It's the fun of my supermoto. Oh shit. What was that? Where would, two questions. What was that, and where did it happen at? Because that was the power band. Welcome to the power band, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, see right here, Supermoto, I'd be like, but this thing, man. And let's downshift. Oh, see, I don't, that's so much torque. You got to be careful downshifting and stuff like this, because you don't do it right, you got a lot of torquey engine just waiting to throw you in the air. Mirrors are kind of Not only are they tiny, but it's mostly my arm that I see in it. You know, I gotta say, I mean, this is fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm not having as much fun as I thought I would. Yes! Oh, first gear is terrifying. Okay, no more throttling up in first gear, no more of that. It's a weird feeling because I'm having a really good time with this bike and it's really fun. I don't think I would want to own it though. I don't think I would. I guess I gotta clarify, when I rode the FZ10, that bike was like, oh my god, dude, this bike is amazing. But this was still my dream bike, the Hypermotard SP. But I don't know, there's a level of, what is it? There's a level of refinement I feel like this bike doesn't have, and I don't want it to. I don't want this bike to be as refined and polished as I feel like the FZ10 is. But that's okay, because I don't think that's what this bike is supposed to be. This bike feels like an absolute animal that you're supposed to tame in order to try to ride. And you know, granted, if you had the bike long enough, you get used to it, but I don't know, man, this might be too serious of a bike for me. I don't ride that serious, you know what I mean? If I'd had a bike like this when I started riding, there is no doubt in my mind I would be dead. I would have died easily. And you got the modes, so you know, you can put it in urban. If you got a ton of cash, you're looking for a first bike, please don't get it. If you do, never leave it from, never take it out of urban mode. Let's get the shelter of the shade up here and let you guys look at the bike. Oh, that's cool. The kickstand has the little flicky thing. Kickstand's got a little flicky thing so you can easily find it. Alrighty, dudes, 2016 Ducati Hypermotard. This is one of the best looking bikes, other than the SP model. This is one of the best looking bikes I know, me personally. The black, red, silver, yes please, all day. The tail, this is stock. Check this out. For a stock tail, that's not horrible. I would still replace that. This is just pure yes. Like, look how thin that is, man. Good job. Look how high it sits up. One thing I love about bikes like this, you want to do work on your bike? Boom. Everything you need to do work on. I love the little red frame. God, looks wise, I love this bike. Performance wise, I think it's amazing. It's just not the bike for me, man. And I want it to be. I really wanted it to be like, one day when I'm making a ton of cash, I'll have one. I don't think I'd want one though. Alright guys, so like every first ride, I am going to crank the bike up and let you hear it here. But if you would like to hear the bike with a better microphone and some much better photos, very high quality, go check out Chaseontwowheels.com. I do a first ride blog post for every bike that I do a first ride on. But without further ado, there's two distinct sounds. There's the exhaust, and then there's the engine. That's the exhaust. That's the engine. That's a mean bike, man. I will say this bike is surprisingly quiet. I didn't expect it to be that quiet. It is stock though. Okay, no more throttle. I have lost all throttle privileges. See, now that I've lost my throttle privileges, so what do I think about the Ducati Hypermotard? I think it is it's got an upright body position. The seat's comfortable. You're going to get really fatigued on the highway because of so much wind, but the engine performs really well on the highway. I was really happy with all the pull. I wouldn't get this for a highway bike though. You're going to be turning quick. You're going to be throttling up quick. You're going to be wheeling quick. Like, you got to be really careful with this bike. especially if you ride this bike in sport mode. You have to be so careful. But if you are a very aggressive rider, I think you're gonna really enjoy this bike. I would say I'm more of a middle ground between aggressive and kind of a passive chill rider. So this bike's a little too aggressive for me, but the engine, the noise, it has a ton of character like all Ducatis have. It's a really awesome bike. I'm just not the person to really take advantage of it. And if you want to go up to the mountains or the track and have a really good time, this bike would be a killer freaking choice. And guys, that's about all I've got for the 2016 Ducati Hypermotard 939. I'm Chaseontwowheels. This has been a Chaseontwowheels First Ride. Before I get out of here, I want to say a big thank you to Mountain Motorsports, this time in Roswell, for letting me borrow the Ducati. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to make this series. If you want to check them out, links will be, as always, in the description of all my first rides. You guys go out there, ride safe, and let me know what you think about the Hypermotard in the comments. Am I a pansy for not liking it? What will my new favorite bike be? All of this and more in the next C2W First Ride. Later. Just kidding, just kidding. I lost throttle privileges. I lost them all. I would never lose my throttle privilege.